Now we welcome in our Mavs reporter, Tim McMahon. So let's just jump right in. What is the level of concern here, Tim, within the organization at this very moment?
Malika, sound the damn alarms. I mean, Jason Kidd tried to. When he's talking about they're playing like dog beef, and then they come out the next game against the same bad Hornets team, missing 3 of their best players, and it's a worse start. I don't know what's worse than dog, cat, squish, whatever it was. That's what the Mavericks did. And look, man, you had Luka Doncic acknowledging Friday night he is as frustrated as he's ever been. Now, he said it's not just about basketball. There are some things that he's dealing with in his private life, but the reason that they made the Kyrie Irving trade, this was a desperate move. Jason Kidd wanted it, and Luka Doncic wanted it. Luka wanted it because he was so frustrated that the Mavericks, despite him playing at a near MVP level, were mediocre. He was miserable in mediocrity, and they have been worse than that since the trade. This is the most disappointing team in the NBA.
Oof.
They've got a top 10 protected pick. They owe the New York Knicks. At this point, the question is, are they keeping their pick? Are they keeping their pick that's top 10 protected coming off the West Finals last year? This is a total debacle.
Okay, and there's some numbers to back that up because I'm looking at this. Since the trade deadline, the Mavs are last in opponent second chance points per game, last in rebounds per game, last in opponent field goal percentage at the rim, 28th in blocks, 27th opponent paint points per game, tied for 27th in steals per game. The list goes on and on and on. So I think people look at the trade deadline and say, oh, wait, that's when Kyrie Irving went to the Dallas Mavericks. So is it fair? How much of the blame is there on Kyrie Irving's shoulders, if any?
The only blame I'm going to put on Kyrie Irving's shoulders is he did not shoot the ball well during this home-and-home sweep by the Charlotte Hornets. But look, we all know Kyrie Irving's track record and that chaos tends to surround him. He has been a professional during his time in Dallas.
Yep.
He has not created any of these problems. You've had his teammates talk about what a great teammate that he's been. This is not a Kyrie Irving problem. Trading for Kyrie did not fix the problems that they had. Matter of fact, by giving Dorian Finney-Smith up in that deal, it made their problems worse. They went from a bad defensive team to an awful defensive team. They're also one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA. You want to talk about problems? Let's go back to the offseason. Let's talk about bungling the Jalen Brunson situation. That was the domino that led to you giving up essentially the second best player on the West Finals team, then the third and the fourth and an unprotected pick for a rental of Kyrie Irving, where you're going to have to throw a bunch of money to have a hope of keeping him. And then let's talk about, hey, they knew rim protection and rebounding were glaring issues for this team. They went out and gave JaVale McGee a 3-year deal and a promise of the starting job, okay? Because they say, hey, 7-footer, athletic, he can protect the rim, he can rebound. He started 8 games. They had to pull the plug despite that promise. It was that bad. Since the All-Star break, JaVale McGee has played 3 minutes and 31 seconds. If we want to start finger pointing for problems, we can start with Mark Cuban, who's still ultimately the primary basketball decision maker for the Dallas Mavericks.
To be honest with you, this is on the front office. I mean, no disrespect to the others, but they just don't have it. And so when they traded for Kyrie Irving, right, it was something that, they needed to do, something to make Luka happy, to bring another option offensively. But let's keep it real. The Mavs ain't going a damn place. And it's because they don't play defense. So you can have nights where Luka scored 40 and Kyrie to score 30, and they're going to lose the game because both of those guys do not want to buckle down and slide those puppies, especially Luka Doncic. But when you look at the Mavs roster, are they really that good? Are they really a team that could go out there and compete for a title? Are they a team that could go out there and really make noise in the Western Conference? No. I think that move for Kyrie Irving was solely based on the future, meaning next year, meaning going into the summertime and reconstructing and adding more pieces. Defense. So you can have nights where Luka scored 40 and Kyrie to score 30, and they're going to lose the game because both of those guys do not want to buckle down and slide those puppies, especially Luka Doncic. But when you look at the Mavs roster, are they really that good? Are they really a team that could go out there and compete for a title? Are they a team that could go out there and really make noise in the Western Conference? No. I think that move for Kyrie Irving was solely based on the future, meaning next year, meaning going into the summertime and reconstructing and adding more pieces around those two. This was just more of a thing to, okay, Luka, here, I'm going to show you that we're actually trying to please you and move into the right direction. But to blame Kyrie Irving for where the Mavs are right now is really, really crazy for anybody to say. He is not the one to blame. Well, not to take full blame, but he's part of the blame. But they all are. I would give about 25% to him, 25% to Luka, because they're the two franchise guys right now, and the 50% is on the organization and the front office.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. Let's get right into it. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And the Dallas Mavericks over the weekend lost back-to-back games against the Charlotte Hornets. They are one of the worst teams in the NBA right now. So what the hell happened to the Dallas Mavericks? What the hell happened was the fact that been preaching it all season long, or especially after that Kyrie trade. I knew that trade was not good for the Dallas Mavericks. I had a buddy text me saying, oh yeah, Dallas all the way. Dallas is going to go to the finals. And I texted him back. I said, where's the defense? Right? I said, where is the actual defense that they're going to play? They don't have any defensive-minded players, right? And he responded saying, oh, they'll just score more points, like Luka and Kyrie. So they lost back-to-back games, and I think after the first game, Luka said, it's not fun anymore. And the whole media is talking about maybe it was because Kyrie's there now, yada, yada, yada. I got to put the brakes on that for a second. Because what I'm hearing now is Kyrie is a true professional. He's playing the game the right way. He's doing what he can. And this should not be put all on Kyrie. This should not, this should not be all put on Luka. This, I have to agree with Kendrick Perkins, and the fact that this has to be put all on the management. Because if they would have done what Rob Pelinka did and actually built a team around these guys, then it would have been legit. But they didn't do that. So now you have a team that's out of the playoff hunt right now. They are no longer in the play-in tournament. They're at number 11 or so, I think. And at the end of the day, that does not bode well for them. They have a number of games, and they have to win every single one of those games now. So if you're Luka and Kyrie, where do you go from here? I think you guys need to take a crash course on defense, because age-old saying, defense always wins championships 100% of the time. And at the end of the day, they have no defense. They got to find a way. Jason Kidd was great on defense. I wouldn't say great, but he was good on defense. So he has to come up with some defensive-minded schemes or something to get the job done, because this team is not going to go anywhere anytime soon if that does not happen. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. Is Kyrie to blame? I believe not. And will the Dallas Mavericks actually make the playoffs? Leave a comment in the comment section. As always, this is Jag from Jaggy Sports.